You ever have a dream so big, you don't know if it's gonna happen, but it's like the life you have, you know, it don't fit you. Like this shit ain't real. Gotta make it, man. If I can make it here, then I can make it anywhere. They ain't playing fair. Told me it's gonna take 5 years, I got 2. It's time to put this thing in gear. I started wiping tears and started facing fear. Now my vision clear, I could breathe fresh air. I'm in the hood, but out the way about it. I told my family I don't need no college. This right here is what you call balance. Some relationships can get clouded. I'm blessed, beautiful, talented, and well-rounded. I hopped up in this shit with no stylist. You gotta find hearts with no malice. Find guys that are not childish. In your dreams, I could be your wildest. Some relationships cannot salvage. Some people talking, but they not about it. Some people see it, but they not around it. I'm trying to open my first check and be astounded. Look for a passion, then I went and found it. I put my all into it, then I seen the blessings and I started counting. This is real life. Always had a feeling this wasn't my real life. Knew it was better, and this ain't what it feels like. Remember childhood days riding them dirt bikes. I was always the type to dream and be business like. I had a choice to always go ahead and do right. See, you the type, the person that I unlike. Different, we are not alike. This is still a fight for my career. My future life is I behold. To me, I made a goal. Millions records sold. Sold out shows. Hit the model pole. She's on Vogue. Good Queen Rose. She got goals. Now she is gold. She switch roles. She controls. She touch souls. I want payrolls, bankrolls, stay low. She tiptoes on her pink toes. Her aura, whoa. It's really like, damn, knew she was a star cause she had it from within. Knew she would be great cause she always had a plan. So they knew it back then, yeah, they knew it back then. Pen and pad, just watch me destroy it. I got plans to be, you know, the Forbes list. No Beyonce, but your girl flawless. Dreams sold, no refunds, no returns. Skin burns for dreams of my concern. Since a youngest short, he had big dreams. Grew up on 4th and Street, chasing the big dreams. Ran into seas, goddamn, that was a big thing.
Yes, 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 yes. Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Turn pain into purpose Thursdays. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day today. I'm having a beautiful day today. Today I have a very special guest with me. And when I say very special, I'm not just saying that to say that. I have a very special guest with me. I have a mentor. This man has gave me multiple countless opportunities, and I'm so appreciative of them. So let's give a shout out to the owner of S.STREET Media, the event coordinator, Style by Poverty. This guy is awesome, executive producer of the Vandal Hour. This guy does everything. Goddamn. Shout out to Mav.
Peace, peace, peace. How you doing?
Shout out to Mav. What's up, what's up?
Peace to Queen Ab. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I love how we both got our glasses on. We popping.
Oh, yeah. We smart. We smart. Not the fake smart either. We real smart.
Yes, yes, yes. So you are so amazing. You've been like in so many things. We're gonna start with you with the DTF radio where we started.
We was definitely there. DTF. Shout out to DTF Radio.
Manager for 4 years. How was that?
It was a great experience. DTF gave me my first chance at doing this.
Yes.
I was introduced to it by the Choice of New York. Shout out to Choice, nice. And a Lyrically Live show.
Yes.
She introduced me to it. Actually, I was on another show as a person being interviewed. She came up to me and she said, "Yo, you got a good voice. Have you ever tried radio or podcasting?" I told her no, and she's like, "Yo, I would like for you to be like." Someone who fills in for someone who's not when they don't come.
Yeah. And
I was like, fuck it, I'll do it, man. And from there, the rest is history, as they say.
Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. So
and I met you there. Couple of years later, you start your own shit.
Yes, I'm gonna talk about how I met you because a few years later, Ebony came in with the purpose, but no, I got interviewed by
Paris.
Paris, yes, on her show.
And I was there, and I was there that day also.
Yes.
And I was, I think I was kind of executive producing her show, kind of.
Yeah. You was definitely in the room, making sure everything goes right, doing your thing.
Shout out to Paris.
Yeah, shout out to her. I love her. She's amazing. Yeah, but we met there, and then that's how I got my first opportunity speaking with you, and we just been working ever since with events and shows and just working with each other. And I'm just so appreciative. Thank you.
You're welcome. You had that. You was pushing the LL song.
Yes, Brooklyn. I was pushing Brooklyn. LL doing it well. Ebony J. Brooklyn.
Yeah, that was big.
Yes,
that was big.
It was amazing. That was the start of my career.
I seen the beginning of your journey.
Yes, you have.
And you was very excited. The only thing I could remember about that day was like you was on it. Like this is like you was very confident. Like this is what I want to do.
Yes.
And to see you a couple of years later, I mean, like could have been like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. You're still doing it, and she's still hyperactive.
Hey. Ebony J is gonna motherfucking his house. Nah, thank you. I was definitely excited. Definitely still am excited. I just believe in myself, and that's all it is. I'm gonna keep going until I reach the point that I would like to reach, to what I feel like I could accomplish as success, what success means to me. And until I reach that point, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep being positive. I'm gonna just keep striving to go to the top. And I'll see you there.
It's funny because some of the people that was around you then is not around no more.
Definitely.
I remember you had a team of people. Mm-hmm. And at DTF, and you know, now I see you doing what you do. You're mostly by yourself doing it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to make those moves by yourself. That's what I learned in this industry. Well, that's what I learned in my 4 years of doing music. I'm like, you could try to bring people together. You could try to do it all together. They say you need a team. They say you need people. They say you need help. They say you can't do it all alone. But sometimes you got to do it alone because the people around you can't be trusted. Sometimes you got to do it alone because the people around you is not reliable. Sometimes you got to do it alone because the people around you don't want it as much as you do. Sometimes you got to do it alone because people around you are jealous. Sometimes you got to do it alone because there's so many reasons that you got to do it. There's so
many. And every single one you said is 1,000% correct.
Yeah. So that's why I'm alone, you know? But I feel like you move alone too sometimes.
Most time.
Yeah, like.
Most time.
You be moving. I feel like because of my personality, people think that I'm just going to show with 1,000 people. But I actually am. I don't have a lot of friends. Well, my friend group is my close friends, you know? And they're probably not the people that you expect because they're low-key. They're worried about their business. And I'm chasing a dream and that they're not interested in, you know?
My friends is probably similar to that. Yeah. I do travel the majority by myself. I'm going to say, man, one of my favorite movies is Back to the Future.
Okay.
Right? You ever saw Back to the Future?
No, what is that about?
You got hair. Pull your hair out your mouth.
Thank you.
Right? So, boom, Back to the Future. Shout out to everyone. Michael J. Fox.
Okay.
And Back to the Future. But in Back to the Future, if you ever watch it, he travels in time by himself. Mm-hmm. He's not. There's no other person with him traveling in time. And I think that, and when you, it represents life. Okay. And when you travel in your travels to success, to accomplishments, it's a travel by yourself.
Definitely, because you can get a lot of distractions. Sometimes
True, that's a fact.
You got to travel alone. I actually was talking to you about that maybe a couple weeks ago about
you did
how you got to travel alone. We ain't gonna get into it.
We're not gonna go and get into it. It wasn't in those terms, but yes, I do remember the conversation.
Yes, so you got to travel alone. I'm traveling by myself. Okay,
that's a fact.
But how was it growing up? And because you said you're from Williamsburg.
That's a fact. I'm from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Shout out to all my peoples from Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
He definitely represents where he's from. Definitely.
I've been doing it since prison. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been saying I'm from Williamsburg since prison, and I think when I'm in the streets before going to prison, I really didn't have to say I was from Williamsburg in real life. But going to prison, everybody
where you from?
Everybody be shouting their shit out, And back in the days, no disrespect to the people who was getting locked up before I was, but a lot of people from my area used to say they was from Bushwick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Williamsburg wasn't really known like that.
Right.
So everybody be like Bushwick because Bushwick.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm some of the early generation. I know there's people before me. I'm never going to take credit for that, but there's people who was before me. But I'm in that early generation of people who's getting locked up from Williamsburg and saying, "Yo, where you from?" I'm from Williamsburg. I'm from Block 3.
Okay.
You know, so I always push Williamsburg. I have a brand that I built around it. Yes. You know, so Williamsburg is it's like we call it the Smurf Village. Now, if somebody don't bring you out there, you may not never find it. Now you could probably find it, but back in the days, a lot of people didn't know where Williamsburg was at. Right. A lot of famous people, let me say not a lot, but a few famous people come from Williamsburg specifically. The guy who did Michael Jackson choreography for all the early Michael Jackson videos, Beat It and all that shit. He went to 196, my father's friend. You had also a famous person, Just Ice, the rapper.
Okay.
He's from Fort Greene, but his family is from Williamsburg. A couple of famous people came from Williamsburg, so not a lot. So I like to represent it. So I'm from Williamsburg, man.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the brand. You mentioned the brand. You're wearing some of the brand right now. You got your hat on. You got your sweater. What else can we expect from the Williamsburg brand?
Man, so I took a break from the clothes for like 2 months.
Yeah.
The reason why, because I'm throwing this concert now.
Nice.
So it kind of, I had to put all my focus and attention on this concert.
Yes,
so so I kind of fell back from the clothes for 2 months. I still design stuff. I got designs behind me actually.
Yeah.
But I still
always working.
I'm aiming to drop something the end of this month or maybe the beginning of next month. I'm going to be dropping some Style by Poverty shit.
Nice.
I'm going to be pushing some Williamsburg merch shit also. I just connected with 2 designers, official designers, cut and sew designers. Nice. I have a lot of ideas. So be on the lookout for Style by Poverty and Williamsburg merch coming out soon.
Coming very soon.
But the company is 17 years old. I started the company when I was like 24, 23.
Yeah.
And I made $8,000 in my first month.
Wow.
Over the whole time, I made a lot of money with it and over the time.
That's good.
So yeah, it's a very popular brand in my neighborhood.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah, a lot of people,
because you represent your hood, you represent where you from.
That's a fact.
Everybody could walk around proudly with their WB on their chest, feeling like a superhero with a WB on them. Like, yeah, I'm from Williamsburg Projects.
That's why I kind of did the clothes because, as I said, I was in prison saying where I was from.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of people, like everybody heard of Brownsville, everybody heard of East New York, everybody heard of Bed-Stuy, Coney Island. You got mad clothes with that shit, do or die, Bed-Stuy,
you wanted to be included. You like,
never
what about
ran,
me?
never will, so I created this brand to give us an identity, you know what I mean? So when people rock this shit, and I mean to say a lot of people rock it, it's a conversation piece. What that mean? Yeah. Or it's sent from Williamsburg. Or where that's at?
Right.
I thought it was Jews over there. Nah, there's a projects over there. Matter of fact, it's actually more than 10 projects out there.
Right.
But people don't know that. People will associate the Jews with Williamsburg. Even though the Jews out there, shout out to all the Jews in Williamsburg, and the Italians, and the Polish, and the Puerto Ricans, and the Dominicans, and the blacks. Yes. Williamsburg is very diverse.
Yeah.
But yeah, the clothes was for us, so we don't got to say it. When you see it, them dudes is from Williamsburg.
Right. That's a fact. So how was it choosing to change your life and to chase after your goals?
It was, let me say this, it was an easy choice.
Nice.
The reason why I say it was an easy choice, during the times I was doing crime, it wasn't. you know, I lived the lifestyle. I wasn't a millionaire. I wasn't all the glamorous stuff that comes with hustling.
Yeah.
You know, when you think of hustling, you're thinking about these big cars and jewelry and all these fly clothes and females and traveling the world. I wasn't doing that.
Right.
I was a person who saved my money.
Nice.
So I didn't get to live that glamorous life that everybody talked about. I was very responsible. I was about paying my rent. I was about, you know, taking care of myself, never relying on anyone else. And taking care of a lot of other people.
Right.
You know, so fast forward, I go to prison, I come home, and I have a son, only have one child. I have a son, shout out to Easy.
Yes,
I call
put
him
the
Easy.
claps on it for Easy. Hey,
Shout out to
Easy, how you
Easy.
doing?
You know, AKA, his real name is Elias, but we the hood call him Easy, family call him Easy. It's his initials actually. Easy is his initials for his name.
Easy.
So having a child that was 8 years old when I came home. I went to prison. He was 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I came home. He was
8. Right.
You know, so he's aware now.
Definitely.
You know, for 4 years out of my 5 years, he came all the time, but I'm gonna say 4 years strong, 3.5 years strong. He was brought to me regularly. You know what I mean? There's never a time really I could say that I haven't been around my son.
That's so good.
Yeah, it'd be little periods in I was in prison.
Yeah.
It'd be periods, but I was lucky to have my son's mother, Samantha, who no matter what we was going through, she made sure that I made it. It had to be done. You got to bring him to see me.
Yeah.
You know, even in these conditions that I'm at, I want my relationship with my son.
Right.
So now I come home. He's 8 years old. He knows. He already know So now when he's figuring out life, Pop's been in prison for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now he comes home. What is Pop's going to do? He don't even know the crime factor. He just know that Pops was in jail.
Right.
He didn't see he saw, but he didn't understand what was
going
saying.
on exactly.
Yeah. So now, do Pops continue to do something that's going to get him back into the place that I watched him for 5 years?
Right.
So that was my decision. That's to be honest with you, that was the only. There was nothing else. I couldn't have my son see me outside and on the benches while my son lived in the projects at the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't have him walking past me. I'm on a bench. I'm serving some fiends or something like that.
Right.
Or I'm sitting with these dudes doing nothing every day.
Yeah.
I couldn't have him see me like that.
Yeah.
So I said, nah, I gotta change the script. So I came home with a plan.
And it was the easy choice.
Easy choice.
Yeah.
Easy choice. It wasn't even a second thought.
Right. That's beautiful. That's good. What I was gonna say, what motivated you to pursue so many endeavors? Not your son, but what motivated you to pursue so many different endeavors in life? Because you got your hands in so many different things.
All right. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep this the most simplest that I could keep this. I predicted it. I'm not going to go into the deepness of that. People would take it how you're going to
take it how you want it.
Take it how you're going to take it. But I'm going to say this: anything that I'm saying, I could show and prove. You know, my name is Anthony G. Math Womble. The reason why I say my whole name, so you can look my shit up. You know what I mean? If anybody feel a certain way, if you like whatever, I put it out there who I am.
Yeah.
So there's nothing hidden. I'm very transparent.
Yeah.
So I predicted it when I was in prison. I wrote down. I took a pyramid. I drew a pyramid, and I put 7 brackets within the pyramid, and on each bracket was a different thing I wanted to do.
Yes.
I'm doing everything in the bracket. So,
yes.
you know, one of the things was media.
Yes.
I didn't even know media yet.
Right.
So this is where real true prediction comes in because I was never doing media.
Exactly.
On there it says, this is true story. The name of my company idea was Skull Street something.
I remember Skull Street.
Right? It was Skull. So S.STREET Media is Skull Street Media. But on the paper, it says Skull Street something. It wasn't Skull Street Media, but it was Skull Street something.
Yeah.
And I have it in this office. Another thing on my list was clothing. I did the clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I could keep going. Right. So I wrote down 7 things. I completed every single one except for get a car. That wasn't part of my 7. That was in my goals.
Oh, okay.
That was in I had 5 years and 10. I had 1 year, 1 and 3 year goals and 5 year goals. Mm-hmm. So all of that is in my list of goals, and I completed every single one of them. I went to school.
Yeah.
That was also in my joint. Yeah.
Yes.
Everything, man. Everything. What I already knew in prison that I wanted to do certain things, even if I didn't know how to do it. I was studying so much shit in prison. I was a person. I worked in the library in prison for a couple of times. My prison story is a different story, but I'm gonna say this: I somehow in my life I've always worked in the library.
Yeah.
In high school, I worked in the library. In prison, I worked in the library. So I always was a person who studied.
Yeah.
What I was studying, I don't know what for. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't have whatever took my interest.
That's what you did. That's what you read.
Yeah. So that's kind of like where these ideas come from. Did I know about doing how to execute these ideas? No. I just knew that I had these premonitions. I had these visions, and I wrote them down. And I write down everything.
I was about to say that you should write it down. That's what I do.
I write down everything. And for a person on accomplishing goals, when you write it down, it kind of gives you a place to start.
I was gonna say it gives you a little head start on it.
And then it comes to a point that when do you like lying to yourself? You know what I mean? Like I'm different. I'm different. So do you like lying to yourself? How many times can you say you're gonna do something
and
don't do it, and then still feel confident in who you are?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of weird at, and there's these ideas. You know, there's still stuff I haven't accomplished yet that I still want to do, but these ideas, I'm a fail trying.
Exactly.
So that's it, basically.
Keep on trying. How is it investing your time and managing so many things at once?
Say that one more time.
How is it investing your time and managing so many things at once?
Honestly, it is easy. It is easy. It's as easy as that decision I had to make for my son. It is that so
right,
it's,
because you made that decision. So it's like you got to do what you got to do.
Even deeper. I'm doing something I like doing.
Exactly.
There's nothing that I'm doing that I don't like doing. I could do this shit physically I'm gonna be honest with you. I could see myself dying doing what I'm doing. Okay. That's how committed I am to it. Everybody who I've studied who inspires me, Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci, yes, Leonardo da Vinci.
Yes, da Vinci.
Yeah, these are the people who inspire me. Picasso, Basquiat, however you want to say his name. These people who died in their purpose, dying doing what they love doing. Yeah. So to me, it's not work. And as I said, I could do this with my eyes closed. True story. This week make 7 weeks straight that I've been working and only took 1 day off.
Yes.
Like, so 7 times 7 is 49 days. So in 49 days, I only took 1 day off.
Exactly.
So that should tell you, like, I'm not tired either.
The hard work that you're putting in. This is what you want to do.
I love doing this. I
always say do what you love. Like, there is no plan B because this is what I love doing. There is no job. I'm just doing what I love doing. Find something that you love doing so it doesn't feel like work.
Never feel like work.
Right.
And it's, as I said, it's easy. It's easy. You're your own boss.
Okay. Yes, that's the best part of everything. Being your own boss, not having to take shit from nobody.
That's a fact.
I don't even see myself working for somebody no more. I don't even.
Me neither.
For real, my mouth would probably be crazy.
10.5 years, I haven't worked for someone else.
How long has it been? Maybe 4 years.
That's good.
3 to 4 years.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
3 to 4 years.
Shout out to the people who live off their ideas.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Yes, as you should. I'm trying to expand, so it can really happen. So, I made up questions, and I have these questions for you, but, we're just vibing and talking out that basically it's been answered already. So, let's just keep going. I'm saving the best for last because we have a big, amazing concert that we got to fucking promote on December 17th that we want everybody to show up to. So, it's going to be amazing in the Bronx. A lot of fucking hottest artists in New York City. They coming, so you should definitely come out because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be fucking amazing. I'm saying, so let's get into the events and you booking and just being a studio owner and stuff like that. So how did you get along into getting with events? Because first you had, we're basically going down the timeline here.
So let's go with this. So the events came. I'm gonna say this. My first event actually was about 9.5 years ago. I do a poetry event in my old studio on Morgan and Porter Avenue.
Okay.
I owned a studio with a person named Fokeezy. Shout out to Fokeezy, if y'all know who I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Shout out to my other one of my old business partners, M. Dot. We owned a studio on Morgan and Porter Avenue, over by the L train, Morgan Avenue. And so what was the question again? Let me make sure.
How did you get into starting?
All right, so doing events. So my first event was done there. I threw a poetry event.
Yeah. And
only about 6 or 7 people came. We had I set up our chairs in the studio. I was new to Facebook at that time, so I advertised. I talked to different people. I got different poets yo, come on out. And to make a long story short, about 3 poets came and about 4 spectators came.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the people that came to do poetry, name is Mika, right? She now does in the city, what you call it? Something Swag in the City.
Okay.
Swag in the City. Shout out to Swag in the City. If you know what I'm talking about, Swag in the City is actually a big platform. A lot of LGBT people are part of Swag in the City. Part of Swag in the City. Mika Jaffe, Jaffe, is the person who's behind it. That is my first interview on DTF is through her.
Nice.
So that's how I come to DTF.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that. So I threw this event. About 7 people came. We taped it. I still have it on tape. It's in the office here. I still have it on tape. We had the old fat camera back then, and so nobody came.
Yeah.
7 people came. Pardon self. The second event after that, I was managing Mac 11. There's an artist, a Haitian artist by the name of Mac 11. Shout out to Mac 11 also.
Okay, yeah.
He started BK Entertainment. So if you ever heard of BK Entertainment, yeah, I used to manage him. So we threw an event for him at my house. 2 floors of madness. Shit was so crazy. The ceiling came down literally. Word is born. The ceiling came down literally. So that's the second event I threw. Third event was Meeting of the Minds, which I threw at a cigar bar. About 5 people came to that. I'm gonna say 10. 10 people came to that, and basically that was the beginning. And the reason why I tell those stories and how there's only a little bit of people is because I seen the seed grow.
Okay, grow.
You know, I seen the seed grow. My first official event, I'm going to say my first, was the Vandal Hour 1-year anniversary party. And that's basically becomes the blueprint to what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Before that, I wasn't using vendors. I wasn't having food cooked. It was just basically, we just come to a place and have a DJ there, and we build.
Just have fun, yeah.
Yeah. So the 1-year anniversary, I bring artists together. So we have the whole walls was all set out with art. I even had the wall done. Nice. If I'm not mistaken, I had the wall done. Also, we had MCs come out. We had about 5, 6 MCs come out. A fight happened at the joint.
What?
Dudes shook out. They partied together after. You know what I mean?
My bad, man. You know what? Let's just have fun.
The only time we have violence at any of my events, I swear to God. No, I don't swear to God. I don't believe in religion, so I swear, you know. But and that becomes the blueprint. We do vendors, we do art, we do performances, and then 7 years later from that, you know, I do about 300 or more events in 7 years.
Okay, that's a lot of motherfucking events.
Yeah, from here to California.
Yes, and I've been to the events. They're crazy. They got the food. They got the weed.
The vibe.
They got the edibles. They got the vibes. They got the MCs. They got the poets. They got the artists. They got everybody.
Yeah, in events, we like to bring different crowds together.
Shout
out to the 1718 Sosa. Or
yes.
Sosa.
Shout out to 1718 Sosa.
He's my business partner. He handles a lot of the events now. He's kind of like the person who runs all the events. I kind of step back away from the events. On our weekly thing, we do events weekly. So I kind of step back from that, and so now Sosa kind of handles that. And believe me, it's a job in itself.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a job in itself. So we bring different people together, great vibes, great energy, all creatives, all business oriented.
Great for networking.
Great networking situation. And no lie to you, I done seen a lot of people from our tribe. That's what I call us. The tribe. I seen a lot of people grow who's a part of our tribe. Like I've seen vendors become true business people and now throw their own events. I've seen MCs go from literally unknown to now have billboards on 42nd Street. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Debonair recently.
Oh yeah, shout out to Debonair.
Debonair, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I'm gonna say this confidently. I think Debonair's first event was at our event at Karma Lounge.
Okay.
So
I remember the event.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say honestly, I gave the stage to people now who are actually shaking and baking now. Shout out to Honey De Niro. Shout out to Bake Man Global. Shout out to Debonair. It's so I could list I could say a list of names of people who I see now who are actually doing their thing now, business wise or creatively.
Yes, as they should. It's all about growth and elevation. So you live music. I love your playlist. You always have a different type of playlist, a different type of vibe. But who is some of your favorite artists, underground and just mainstream? I know you like your underground music, so let's start with the underground so you can give me a few mainstream.
I'm going to say this. Music is frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Music is frequencies, man. And, you know, what we intake reflects in our body. We are people of energy. And music is a frequency, an energy. And that energy we take in and we absorb.
Yes.
So I'm real heavy on what I take in.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm into underground wise. I like all the people that I'm surrounded by. Yeah. I like the Ebony Jays. I like the Lulu Got Bars. I like, as I said, Big Man Global. Yeah. Who else? I'm missing so many people. My bad. Oh, Free God, Scotty Optimo. Excuse my English. PS3, Soli, Innocent, Greaseball. Man, it's so many. It's so many, man. And I'm trying to even stay away from the concert people, just in general, like the people that I'm around creatively. J Diddy, who you just interviewed. Yes. Interview recently.
J Diddy.
Yeah, shout out to J Diddy. My man Fuego upstairs. Q, you amazing. Bottom Line. These are all like I'm naming friends. I don't want to name no one outside of people who I listen to. Yeah. Is my friends. Starvin' B, who is one of the headliners on that. Nice. So that's what I'm listening to underground wise.
That's amazing.
Flatbush Zombies too. Outside of my personal friends, I like Flatbush Zombies.
Flatbush Zombies is cool. I haven't listened to them in a while.
Me, no new shit. I haven't listened to no new shit, but a lot of the old shit, I'm very much a fan of. Shit,
I like the one that.
Yeah, facts. I just like the fact they mix weed, psychedelics, and rap into one thing. Yeah,
and it's cool. You be rapping that shit. You be like, okay, nice. Definitely a vibe.
Where you at on your paper, man?
I'm a lot of places on my paper. Don't ask me where I'm at on my paper. I'm a lot of places on my paper.
Yeah, she be prepared all the time. Yes. She does this on a regular. At least she does research, so that's dope.
Yes, I want to know how you came up with the name, the Vandal Hour and S.STREET or School.
All right, so S.STREET Media, most simplest thing. All my criminal activities, I'm gonna say this honestly, man.
Okay, let's go.
80% of my criminal activities happened on School Street. Yeah. You know, all the positive and negative, but a lot of criminal activity. They say criminals do crime around places that they feel comfortable at. Yeah. And I always feel comfortable on School Street. So I did a lot of crime on that. So the reason why I named it S.STREET Media, I told you I predicted it. Yeah. But what it was is I wanted to bring something positive to something that was so negative, which I made so negative. Yeah. So I done did like, no lie to you, I done robbed like the old lady. I'm one of them people, right? I done robbed the old man. I'm one of them people, right?
He's a changed man. Don't judge.
Now the reason why I say that stuff because a lot of people judge the people who do those crimes now.
Right.
So I did that before. You know, as a child, I did that before. So all the negative stuff that I did in my projects, like, you know, I was serving drugs to people's moms. Like, I was selling crack to one of my friends' moms or a few of my friends' moms. And I just did the neighborhood dirty. I did the neighborhood filthy. They gave me a lot of illegal blood money. Yeah. So I chose S.STREET Media, which some people from my projects say Stag Street Media also because it's two S's right next to each other. And I grew up between both. But S.STREET Media, School Street Media, I wanted to bring something positive back to my neighborhood. And that's why I do the Williamsburg Day events in front of my old building. Where I hustled at is where I throw my events at. Okay. My Williamsburg Day events.
Talk about symbolism.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring positive energy to places I brought negative energy to. So that's what the S.STREET Media, the Vandal Hour. The Vandal Hour, honestly, I was a manager at DTF. I was watching shows for 2-3 months. I said, I could do this shit.
Okay.
I said, I think I could do this shit. Because I was really there as a manager. I wasn't there to do no show. So I said, I think I could do this shit. So I wrote up this big proposal. And And I had all these different segments and different ideas I want to do. The show was going to be called like the Mixie Life show. Yeah. And the Mixie Life, because I was selling brownies called Mixie Bars.
Mixie Bars.
So our name of our company was like we called ourselves the Mixie Guards. So I said, fuck it, we're gonna do the Mixie show, man. And we're gonna have all these dope segments, and we're gonna have rappers, we're gonna talk about toys, because I'm a nerd in real life. So we're gonna talk about toys, comic books, porn. I don't give a fuck. This is what Mixie Life is gonna be about. We Mixie. Fuck it, we Mixie.
Right.
Make a long story short, I handed the proposal to Mark DTF. Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark. Hey, Mark, it's been a long time.
Peace. And he basically said, I think you should do this right here. And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, you have a segment here called the Vandal Hour and shit. You heard what I just said? A segment called the Vandal Hour. I said, what you want me to do? Interview graffiti writers every week? I said, I want to do that once in a blue moon. Like, I wasn't trying to look what I'm saying. I don't want to interview no graffiti writer every week. I said, man, this 2 hours, I said, that's going to be a segment. I said, I got a couple of friends that write graph. Yeah. At the time, I was writing graffiti. So I'm like, I didn't think it was like something major. Yeah. He's like, you should do that. 7 years later, 1 million views plus later, traveling around the United States later, we had up to like 20 people running the show at one point in time. Yeah. Been in magazines, The Source magazine, Felon magazine, What's Good magazine. Channel 1 News contacted us about the death of a graffiti writer. Yeah. We've been interviewed by so many dope people, man. Even Ralph McDaniel. Shout out to Ralph McDaniel.
Shout out to Ralph McDaniels.
We interviewed Ralph, and Ralph interviewed us. Yeah. So
intern for Ralph.
So the Vandal Hour, man, it was a mistake. Mm-hmm. That was a fabulous mistake. It was so fabulous, it birthed S.STREET Media. It birthed Style by Poverty. Right. It birthed 1718 Collective. Even though Sosa already had 1718 Collective, it wasn't what it is now. 1718 Collective. It birthed so many other businesses. I wouldn't be talking to you now if it wasn't for the Vandal Hour. If we didn't do the Vandal Hour, the Vandal Hour was an instant hit. A lot of people can't even say that about their podcast. It was an instant hit. We have shows that have maybe 7,000K. You're talking about a graffiti show. Right. We're not talking about we got ass, boobs, females. We're not talking about drugs, shoot 'em up, nothing. This is about graffiti. And we have a lot of connected people. We on Instagram, we have 16.7K followers. Yes. We didn't buy a damn thing. Okay. You know what I mean? And so that shows the power of the show. 16.7K, right? And that's like a star. You know what I mean? Like you look at these stars. And it's from graffiti. Yeah. So that brand was so strong. It 7 years later, we're here. You know? So that's where the Vandal Hour came from.
Yeah, because you never know how many people interested in graffiti. A lot of people love graffiti.
A lot. Oh, Fabulous was a graffiti writer.
Really?
So if you go on Fulton and Ralph Avenue, on a corner, on the very corner, it used to be a medical thing on the corner by the train. Before you go in the train station, there is a fire escape right there. So where Bed-Stuy Fly is at, the very end of the corner, there's some type of, it used to be a medical thing. It's like a little ramp or something that's right there. Yeah. If you look up all the way on the top where the fire escape is at, it says sport. That's Fabulous.
Okay.
That's Fabulous tag up there. Oh, it's still there. He's a tag up sport. Shout out to Fabulous.
Shout out to Fab.
He had a friend of mine named Scuff do the OG album, the young OG album. Yeah. a graffiti writer did that.
Nice.
And because he's connected to the graffiti world.
Yeah.
Fab.
That's why he always having his graffiti all over Brooklyn when he drops an album or something.
He was a known graffiti writer by the name of Sport. Yeah.
I tried doing that once, having my little tag when I first started and shit. I almost got arrested. I did that shit right in front of the police.
What was your tag? EB?
No, I was writing my fucking hashtag all over everywhere. TPIP. I wanted everybody to be like, what the fuck does that mean? Exactly.
What's that?
Turn pain into purpose.
Oh, wow.
I wanted that to be everywhere.
You was doing that already?
Yeah. Since everything started in 2016. That's when my music life started.
That's deep.
2016 and now we're in 2021.
That's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
Let's see what happens.
22 is
coming, but
it's on our asses.
It's on our ass like a motherfucker, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna end this shit off right. Yes. So now let's talk about the block work concert.
Block work concert, NYC, man.
Yes. December 17th, Friday, December 17th. This is a big one. This is what Math has been working on. This is what he's dedicated his life to, his time to, for the past 2 months, you say?
2 months straight.
Yes.
I'm going to say this, the Block Work Concert NYC. It is.
Tell us about it.
We are bringing big name people and up and coming people together in one room.
Yes.
A lot of the headliners, we have some of the all the headliners is dope artists to me. Smoke Dizza, Flea Lord, Starving B, Rim the Villain, Hattie Racks, D Chambers, Cortez. You know, these are some of New York's elite MCs.
Nice.
Everybody who's doing something right now. And then we also have like the Free Guards, the Boogie 3X, Sick Man, Side Money 6'3", TND Riley, Excuse My English, Bottom Line, Diz the Icon. So many dope MCs, man. Ahadi is going to be in the building also. We also have Boogie Black hosting. And we have DJ Swift and DJ Jeevis DJing. I'm going to say this. The Block Work Concert, man, right now, it's my magnum opus for right now. Because my magnum opus always changes. You know, I'm always thinking of what I think is going to be my illest idea ever. But this right here is 7 years of relationships, 7 years of doing smaller, you know, I've done clubs for years, Karma Lounge, 5 Spot, and other ones on a regular basis. But this one is my big big joint right now. I put a lot of money into this. I've also had people invest into this. So this is the one. This is the one. The Block. Why I named it the Block Work Concert? Yeah. The Block Work.
The Block Work. Because that's how them niggas gonna be rapping. Like it's the Block Work.
Yo, it's a triple entendre.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
The Block Work. In weed, it could either mean good weed.
Yeah.
So when somebody say in certain areas when they say they got that block work, that means, oh, I got some shit. In some areas, it means bullshit weed. So if somebody like, I got that block work, if you're in the wrong area,
take that shit back.
That might be like, But the last entendre is, and this is from a hustler's point of view, the block do work though. The block do work. So that's from a hustler's point of view. I hustled in the streets for a long time. I ran a criminal enterprise. And the block do work. I don't fuck with the block no more. But for all my young cubs coming up, my young cubs, that's the young boys out there. For the young cubs out there, the block do work. So that's what that means. And this is gonna be a series that we do.
Okay.
We're gonna try to do the next one in February. I'm gonna say who I'm aiming for. I might not get them, but I'm just throwing out the energy. You never know.
Let's see.
I want MOP, man, and I want Tragedy Gaddafi.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Those are two of my favorite MC group and MC individual. So we're trying to aim for February, but that's the two the group and MC that we want to be a part of it already. But we're trying to do this as a series. I have a group of financiers that are trying to put their money behind my ideas. So shout out to Quiet Money Entertainment and Better Music Group. Those are the people who's helping me pull these events off.
That's awesome. I'm excited. You said, well, so the first event is December 17th. We got another event in February. And then we got some more events, and we got some dope investors. So I'm excited to see where this series continue and how it goes.
We're going to be doing media there.
Yes, I want to do the media. I want my throat to get right so I could perform at one of these events because it seems so amazing.
We doing media. S.STREET Media is going to have
S.STREET Media.
Is going to have a lot of the people's in the building doing interviews.
Yes.
Real Recognize is going to be there. Vanessa Smiles, Sunez Allah are doing media. Hopefully we might have The Source in the building.
Okay.
We might have also Felon Magazine in the building.
Yes.
Oh, well, let me say this. For those that might not know, I'm a writer.
Yes.
And I also wrote for Felon Magazine. Yeah. I got an article in Felon Magazine. I wrote the OV article, graffiti article. I also wrote for Digiwax for a long time. My name of my column was called Hash. I forgot my shit.
It's okay.
Hashtags or tag some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I had a column. I wrote like 20, 30 articles.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I forgot what the name of my shit was. Hashtags. I think it was hashtags.
Hashtags or hashtag what?
Son, I'm gonna look it up now. I'm mad that I can't remember my own column, but yeah. Shout out to DJ Jeevers.
Columns,
yeah, I can smoke a lot of weed, man. But yeah, so the block work, man. We're gonna have a lot of dope energy in the building. Food.
Ooh, we gonna have food.
Yeah, we're gonna have food, man. We have a lot of people that's going to be there, important people. You might see Royal Flush there.
Nice.
You might see my man Lefty from YTEL. A lot of important, I made sure that a lot of important people are in the building. So when these people perform, that all of New York, people who's important in New York is seeing these individuals perform.
Yeah. Yes. The block work, NYC.
The block work, NYC.
So how do people get tickets? I know it's going to be $40 advance tickets and $50 at the door. So they're going to contact you?
Yeah, so I'm going to say this, man. It's real simple. If you want to cop tickets for the block work concert, NYC, you could go to S_street_media. Hit the link in the bio. It says the block work concert. You could also go to my Instagram page, which is styled_by_poverty LLC. And you could go hit the link in my bio and get the tickets for the block work concert there. They're on Eventbrite. You could go on Eventbrite and go to the Block Work Concert NYC.
Yes.
But the last place you could get tickets from, and this is scarce, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have 58 tickets left for sale. Physical copies.
Okay.
58. I had 200. They're gone. So if you want tickets, man, hit me up. 347-495-4644. 347-495-4644. I got them on deck. If you're in New York City, I could deliver it to you.
Bam. Contact Math if you need anything. We got those tickets. It's Friday, December 17th, the Blockwork NYC. We got some amazing artists. Make sure you guys contact him if you need those tickets. Contact him. If not, you just gonna fucking hear about it. Do you want to just be a fucking spectator and hear about the shit? I guess not. So I suggest that you fucking cop them tickets ASAP. You heard him, only 50 left.
You heard it from the Queen, man. You heard it from Ebony.
Okay.
You heard it from Ebony J. Hey,
I was about to say, don't forget the J. Hey.
Hey.
Nah, this is the energy. See the energy we on today?
We back.
The energy we on today.
We back. That was the weed in the beginning. Pardon me. Shout out to the weed dealers of New York City. The legal weed dealers in NYC because it's not illegal no more.
Okay.
So shout out to the people who has that gas.
Okay.
I'm a 420 advocate. I'm a 420 advocate.
Shout out to the people that got that gas.
Let them dudes out of prison who's locked up for weed, man.
Right.
Take that shit off of people like me. Take it off our rap sheet, man.
It's ridiculous.
Word. I still got an F on my chest. I still got an F on my chest from weed. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. So tell me about a time. We wrapping it up now.
Got you.
Tell me about a time that you turned your pain into purpose. Because you're on the Purpose Radio Show and Podcast. I can't let you go without telling me what's your purpose.
Oh, man. I was on drugs for 5+ years. I sniffed cocaine. Never did anything else. But I was Molly. I mean, not Molly. Ecstasy also. Okay. But I was a drug addict for 5 years. 5 days, no sleep and stuff like that.
Damn.
One day, knocked myself out on drugs, knocked myself out cold for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
And I thought I had a vision when I was knocked out.
Yeah.
Laying in my blood and shit.
Oh my God.
It was called the WB logo.
Wow.
That's what you call turning pain to purpose. Ching ching.
Ching.
I was on drugs. If it wasn't for drugs and me knocking myself out cold, that WB idea never would have came. That's where that idea came from.
Right. Damn. Well, shout outs to you. I'm so happy that you got off of it. I'm so happy that you was able to turn your pain into purpose.
Facts.
Okay? Because that's what it's all about, just turning your pain into purpose. Life is not easy. We're going to go through some things. We're going to each have our different coping mechanisms. We're going to have our trials and tribulations. But, you turn that pain into purpose. What you said earlier, you want to just be sitting on a fucking couch not being productive?
That's a fact.
You turn your pain into purpose.
Ain't that the commercial? Hey, you sitting there right now. I know you sit on your couch right now. Come to that college. Remember the black dude?
The fucking Romeo commercial.
He used to be like, yo, what you doing? You sit on the couch, man? You need to come in here and get to this college, man.
Right. I see you or some shit like that.
Yo, make sure y'all check out my podcast, Styled by Poverty, the Oddcast, a.k.a. my audio diaries on YouTube. Check out Styled by Poverty.
What else? Tell them everything.
Man, I'm not gonna run through nothing else. I just want you to focus on that podcast. It's popping right now. It's popping. Styled by Poverty. Styled by Poverty is turning pain to purpose.
Okay, Styled by Poverty.
Facts.
And I meant to tell you that I love that fucking name.
Oh, thank you.
That's an amazing name.
The Oddcast. And you know why? Because I'm kind of odd. Yeah.
It works.
I'm kind of odd. Yeah, my words. My words.
Yeah, it works. All right. The Purpose Radio Show and Podcast with Ebony J. We had our special guest Mav with us, and it's been amazing. Make sure you guys don't forget about the fucking concert, December 17th, the Blockwork concert with some amazing artists from New York City. We got Smoke Dizza, Flea Lloyd, Hattie Rat Cortez, D Chambers, Starvin' B, Rim, Sick Mike, Boogie 3X, Just God, MC Disdon, Icon, Cliff, Sama, Bottom Line, Excuse McGlish, and Amari Ahari. Yes. December 17th, cop your tickets. And don't fucking forget, y'all. Don't forget, we lit. The Purpose Radio Show and Podcast. Shout out to me and shout out to S.STREET Media. Have a wonderful Thursday. Hey.